Can you imagine what it must feel like to have what could honestly be described as possibly the best flint on the planet in front of me? As a flint napper, what you know is that the material you want is deep down under the ground and quite often hidden from the eye. This particular lump has come from Denmark, and it's quite a privilege to have the opportunity to nap this piece of stone. This is one of 4 that I have, and I haven't actually ever worked on Danish flint, so this is going to be a nice little exploration for me, and hopefully we might be able to extract a dagger out of the middle. We'll see what happens. I'll wander around this in the first place, trying to get rid of some of that cortex. Well, some of that chalk there, you can see, seems to be travelling quite invasively into the flint. Anyone who's ever had a go at flint napping with me or on their own is going to know that every single shot counts, and you've got to talk quite persuasively to the stone to get it to appreciate your intentions. Once we're all the way around it, we're really going to know what we're dealing with. That's good. It seems got a kind of a waxy texture to it, which is particularly nice. Well, so far so good. We've gone right round the stone. We've still got cortex laying in the middle here. Well, it's more chalk than cortex, to be honest. A bit of a jump start on that flake, but it has got out there. The first time I've hit it with a soft hammer, so I'll accept the fact that I didn't get that first removal. This chalk here seems to be quite deep. So far we're getting a profile which is all coming down quite nicely. A few things to watch out for on here, such as this little section here. But we'll plough on, and as with always with flint knapping, take time but come what may. Little jump start flakes, look. Been hitting this here, but that's not where it breaks, and they're the kind of things that I really need to watch out for. What we really need to maintain the benefit of now is keeping this nice consecutive flake plan going through either side, and that will keep a balanced ovation to this profile. Nice flake there, it's just exposed a little internal chalk. Nice flakes crossing right over there. Good. We've still got a little chalk diving down into the stone there. Each time these flakes go cascading over the middle, they're all helping out to thin this right out. I'm going to try and get this little hinge off here now. Dealing with them at the end of a job is stuff that causes end shock, you know. Try not to say that word too much. Good. Now we've got this long straight side, and this side is still crescented, and over here what we've got is we've got some quite lumpy material, and if I start causing this to become inverted here, then that can cause problems too. So really what I need to do is work from these tips this way a little bit and then come through this centre band. But at this point I don't want to drive them so the tips become empty of weight while that middle's still got some problems. So you can take some reasonably safe shots. Thinking about the profile of the material more than crossing the centre. This is still about an inch in thickness, but and normally that's where you might start incurring problems, and probably due to the fact I'm working with this material, I'm feeling a little bit of nervous tension, and really need to take some man-up pills here, I think, because if I start hitting it in a negative fashion, that's exactly what I'm going to get back. So that's a nice presentation of a platform there now, and I'm just going to give that a little abrasion. Good flakes are helping me to deal with this chunkiness just here, which has been hanging around for a little too long now. That needs to be dealt with. Looking along this edge, you can see how the edge is quite toothed, and that can be quite difficult to pass if you're just using a soft hammer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a pressure flaker and just make that more harmoniously straight. That was very useful. That really took some out. So now, at this point, I often think you could quite happily just go for shape and call that your dagger, but I like to push my luck. At least you know what sort of day you're having then. It's still got some of this chalk laying on there. I wouldn't actually mind that being in the end at all. It adds character a bit. We shall see. That's not good. Got a little crack that's running parallel out to this point here where this underside of that chalk obviously is. So with that now being there, obviously got to be extremely careful. That also shows us that the chalk's travelling right through this piece of flint. That was a bit naughty, just hitting the back of that. There's a little divot that comes down, looks a little bit like a diamond. Any flint napper will tell you don't go smacking the back of them at this stage. You need to take them from each side and cancel them out. See if I can resolve this little crush here. Good, they passed out quite nicely. So it's slowly coming together. I found myself steering clear of this little area with the crack. And opposite here there's a little bit of a lump, and there's some profile to take here as well. But there has to come a point in time where we go through that lot. So I think I'm going to try and take this area back here now. And again. We're about 10mm now through the main bulk of this. So I'm going to bring a lighter soft hammer into play because this has got the ability to move a little faster. So it can be a bit more commanding. Bit of hinging up there, which was not handy at this time. Just taking a little lug out the side of that. That's not altogether been too bad down that end. A few things that have got to be resurrected. Quite funny, at this end of this part of it, there's almost the complete absence of a platform, but just a mild amount of abrasion, and you're still releasing long thinning flakes. Look. What I'm going to do with this, I believe now, is apart from a couple here, start concentrating down on this back end of the handle. I'm reasonably happy with the profile of the blade. A couple of things I would like to see adjusted. I'm going to come back here for a while now, see what's happening with that crack, see what's happening with that piece of chalk. Quite short flakes, maintaining some kind of central body to the actual handle itself. So in reference to that, I'm just really passing this antler by it. So if you've stayed with me on this journey so far, well done for that. And hopefully I won't disappoint and we might have a dagger. A little bit of profile up at this tip still needs to be organised, and this little hinge needs considering and dealing with. So whereas you normally wouldn't send a flake into an advancing hinge, don't really have a lot of choice, because I certainly wouldn't want to try and peel across from the back there at it. Those final flakes, you know, they're the ones that mean kind of everything. That finished look that you're trying to come up with. When it really comes down to it, that's what everybody sees. They haven't seen what you've gone through, they've seen what you get left behind with. So if it doesn't finish nice, there's it's a bit of a shame, really. This side here I'm really happy with. Nice flake plan on there. And this side's great up until I've got a little hinge here. That would be difficult to cast across to pick up. And this little extra weight here, with a hinge opposing this side. That was helpful. Right, I'm going to come to the back and go after this one I've been talking about. Get across there and get that hinge off, check that out. Just that bit. There we go, look. Other than that, we're going good. The likelihood of getting that off is remote. But you know it's coming off, don't you? It's going to cost a little length, but I'm having it off. It's half of the little fucker. Got the bastard. And you know what's really funny? That's sort of like, if you look at the shape of the back of the brake, it's got a crack diving down in there now. Can't see it on this side, so perhaps we'll just pressure flake the back of that out. Well, I've decided to stop hitting this one, and I'm pretty pleased with that. That's been an outstanding experience working with this famous Danish Flint, and really kind of feel like there's definitely got to be a road trip to Denmark to get some more of this. That was so much fun, and took a couple of risks at the end, getting rid of these little hinges that sat around right at the far end of the job, and as luck would have it, that paid off. So there you go. If you watched this from start to finish, thanks for that, because it can be a long-winded exercise, and I hope that's given you something to consider and play with, and maybe progress your own skills. So, all the best for now. You've been watching Will Lord, you know where to find me. Catch you soon.